Hi, I'm Dave Wurzel, and you're watching PHTV4 Police Update. And on Police Update today, we have a chance to meet a new hire in the Palos Heights Police Department, Officer Cozzi, who's with me on my right here. And Officer Cozzi, welcome to Palos Heights.
Thank you. Thank you.
And so we're going to get a chance to know you a little bit. Maybe we'll start first with, how did you get into law enforcement? Like, what was the inspiration that took you to where you are today?
So I initially went to college to be a veterinarian. I was majoring in biology, and my junior year, I switched it up. I was like, I'm not really enjoying this. So I changed my major to criminal justice my junior year. I did my internship at the Orland Hills Police Department. I didn't know if I wanted to be a police officer or not. So I was like, oh, okay, this is cool. And I did some ride-alongs, and I did 100 or 200 hours there. And I was like, I really enjoy this. This is something I could see myself doing. So then I became a community service officer there for 2 years, and I was awarded community service officer of the year for one of them, my last year actually. And then I was sent to the part-time police academy, and then promoted to full-time.
Congratulations. It sounds like the ride-along experience was pretty important as maybe a motivator or inspirator. Could you talk a little bit about what was the ride-along like that made you think yeah, this is where I want to be?
So you're basically just interacting with all the officers nonstop all day. You're riding with an officer strictly for that day, and then you'll have other officers too that you'll ride with. You're going to calls, but you can't get out of the car, but you're watching them interact with people. You can roll the window down a little bit. That's what I did. And you can just listen and see how they interact with people, and just the procedures that they do. If we arrest someone, then you go with them while they're arresting them. You do the process, all that fun stuff, and just even community events too. We would attend, and I just liked it a lot.
Oh, that's really interesting to have the experience, because when we were talking earlier, this isn't in your family background, right?
No, not at all.
All right, so you're the first law enforcement officer in the family,
Yes,
right?
Yeah. Yes.
All right, congratulations. All right, let me ask you next then, and so we kind of talked about that. You've been here for a few months or so?
Yeah, a month or two now.
Month or two. Do you have, what does a typical day look like for you, or is there no such thing as a typical day?
There's usually no typical day, here or any police department. Usually it's just responding to calls, ambulance calls or check well-beings or domestics, all that fun stuff. Or you're just making work for yourself. And by making work for yourself, you're doing traffic stops, you're doing pedestrian stops, you're seeing okay, how can I make myself more seen throughout the community and just make myself busy, because the time goes by faster when you're making yourself busy.
Right. Well, that's that important presence that you're talking about. The community knows you're here, that you're serving in some capacity, hopefully to make us all a little safer.
Yeah.
Right? All right. Well, then how about this? And so you're new to the profession. I mean, you had the experience in Orland Hills. You're new starting here. Is it too early to ask, do you think in the future, do you want to be a detective someday? Do you want to work in a certain division of the police force? What does that look like for you?
I definitely want to be a canine officer. I know Palos Heights doesn't have one right now, but I think eventually they're very involving as a department and as a community, so I feel definitely a canine would be on the agenda at one point. I just like how it's very proactive. You have a canine, you take them on traffic stops, missing persons, you go and you look for them, you get called out for that, and I really enjoy that a lot.
There is an investigative quality to that too, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, are you ready? Those are all the easy questions. You ready to get serious now?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. How about when you were little, and you might have answered this already, when you were little, did you know what you want, what did you want to be? What did little Officer Cozzi want to be when she was little?
I wanted to be a veterinarian, obviously, but I loved animals. My grandparents had horses, and just being around animals is my peace.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, I'm glad you found this career path, but all right, so little Officer Cozzi would have been the vet. Now she's an officer. How about this? When you need to recharge, when you need to go on vacation, get away from the duties of being an officer, what do you do, or where would you go?
I actually just got back from Arizona. We were in Sedona and then Scottsdale. We watched some spring training. Just hiking, being out with nature, away from my phone. That's what I enjoy the most. And if I'm not going on vacation, if I'm need to just do a reset at home, I crochet. So I just do that, and I'll like watch TV and I'll crochet.
So you have a way to kind of recharge at home,
Yeah.
but I get it. The Sedona, the hiking, a little spring training. Yeah, that sounds like a great vacation. Pretend this. I mean, you have some experience in law enforcement from Orland Hills to here. Let's pretend you're talking to a rookie officer, brand new to law enforcement, don't have any background at all, that just got through the academy. What advice would you give that new officer heading into the job?
Definitely stay humble. Know what you're doing, know what you're getting into. Listen to officers. Don't take like their feedback as criticism. They're only trying to help you. They're only trying to like make you safe eventually, and make you go home to your family. That's the end goal for everyone here. Definitely do a lot of ride-alongs. Even if you're looking to be a police officer, you haven't gone in the academy yet, do ride-alongs, ask questions.
Those sounds like key things. Ask questions. Don't pretend you have all the answers.
Right.
Being able to listen, obviously a key thing. All right, one last question for you in this area. We're going to assume that you now have your dream job. But if this weren't the dream job, what would the other dream job be for Officer Cozzi?
Honestly, it would be a veterinarian, but I love what I'm doing here. I love what I'm doing just with the community. I love just being a police officer. I feel like it's become like a part of me. It's more of a career than just like a job.
Right. That's a good way to describe it. For you, it's a calling. It's a career move now. The vet thing was nice, kind of a fantasy, but you feel a calling to this now. That's a wonderful thing. One last thing I want to ask you then, a final question here for you. With your experience so far, what you've seen in the community and your experience in Orland Hills, any advice or safety tips or things people should consider out there to help make them safe or have a safe experience?
Definitely them bank frauds, the scams. It targets a lot of the elderly, but it can happen to anyone. You can get like a phone call from your bank, and like it'll be like their phone number, but sometimes it's not even them. It's like another like random person. So I suggest like take your time. They're never going to ask you for like your username and password to your accounts. They're not going to ask you for like your PIN number. They already have all that information. Call like your actual bank and just slow everything down, because there's no rush in it at all, and you don't want to be out money.
I was say that seems like critical advice, and you brought up a really interesting element. You get a phone call, and on the phone it might show the bank number, so you feel like you're safe. But the big red flags there are if they're asking for Social Security, passcode, things like that. It's like, all right, wait a minute, And obviously, yes, there's no hurry. Wait, call the bank. Probably can call the police department at that point too, right? Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Excellent advice. I hope that helps people avoid that problem. All right. Thank you, Officer Cozzi. Welcome to Palos Heights. I hope you have a long and great career here.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm Dave Worsley. You've been watching PHTV4 Police Update. We've been talking with Palos Heights Officer Gia Cozzi. Thank you for watching, and be safe.